If you guys are looking for some fast, cheap and reliable coins, go check out buycheapfifacoins.com and use discount code Curtis for 5% off. They're the cheapest and most reliable place around. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new episode of FIFA 10 to FIFA 14, a look back through history. Today we're going to be looking at deadline day deals. I've put together a list of, 10 players that made moves on deadline day, and this is going to be part 1 of the 2 parts. Before we get stuck into it though, I do want to say a couple quick things. Firstly, if you could go down below and hit like on this video, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could subscribe to my channel, that would be absolutely great. And lastly, if you guys want to pick yourself up some Microsoft points or some PSN cards, there's a link down below to the cheapest place around to get all that great stuff. So without any further ado, let's get stuck into the first player, and that is Daley Blind, or Blint, however you want to say it. He has just signed for Manchester United. Boy, I think he is just what they need. I really do think he is going to work perfectly for them. He has the flexibility of the fact he can play defensive mid. He can also drop back and play fullback. He even can actually play centre back. He played there for a very short amount at the World Cup. So I think he's going to be such an interesting player and a really exciting addition to Louis van Gaal's Manchester United. It pains me to see just how well they're doing with all these new players. But I mean, obviously Falcao's come in, but Van Persie has the great link up with Daley Blind, Dutch players. Van Gaal himself said the philosophy he has is portrayed through Blind. Blind is a great carrier of the philosophy, and I think it's going to be very interesting, and it's going to be great to see what rating he gets in FIFA 14. Next up we have Benjamin Stamboul. Funny that the first 2 starting up cards that we have had in this episode are 2 very talented central defensive midfield players that actually have just been silver for the last few years. Now, he has made his move to Tottenham Hotspur. I really don't know how much game time he's going to get there. I'd still expect even now Etienne Capoue to be ahead of him. Most managers there seem to love Bentaleb. There's a lot of players that I feel like will be starting ahead of Stamboul, so I'm not really sure what to think of what his rating will be next year and just how much game time he'll get. But hopefully he's like a really overpowered defensive mid on FIFA. Maybe gets a similar sort of pace he had on that centre-back card, and maybe he can have some great physical stats and stuff like that. It'd be a very cool central defensive mid to have on FIFA indeed, and hopefully he at least gets a rare card. Next up we have Abel Hernandez. Now if you guys don't know, he has made that move over to Hull. I think I could be wrong. I think it was their record deal, record signing. Now, bit of an interesting one really, because season before last he was relegated with Palermo down to the Serie B. Now they actually went straight back up, winning the division last year, which I did have to Google to find out. But his goal scoring record probably isn't that impressive. I mean, 31 goals in 111 games. Granted, he got 14 in 28 last season, so 1 in every other game, but that was in the Serie B, where the quality is not even comparable to the Championship. I mean, the lower end Serie A sides are Championship sort of level. So 14 in 28 feels like a lot of money for someone that might not get them goals, but it's going to be very exciting to see how he does in the Prem, and to have his card in the Prem will also be great. Next up we have by far the biggest deadline day signing. It pains me to say that with the following player after this, but Radamel Falcao, what a signing that is for Manchester United, online with the option to buy at the end of the season. I mean, he has proven himself in 3 leagues so far. He was incredible at Porto, he was incredible at Atletico Madrid, and he, injury stricken, but was very, very good at Monaco last season. It's going to be incredible to see him in the Premier League. It's so tough that it's going to be at Manchester United, but he's one of those players that you just admire and is very, very exciting to watch, and I definitely think he's going to light up the Premier League, and it's going to be very interesting to see how he does. I do think he will get downgraded a few ratings. He definitely won't stay as a 90, but yeah, that's his change through the last 4 years, and it's quite a big one. Next up we have Danny Welbeck. Now Danny Welbeck is again a very interesting one. I still don't know what to think of him. Now I'm going to be giving you this from an Arsenal perspective. 3 days ago, well 3 days before the window, I don't know when this video will go up, but 3 days before the window, I actually sat there. And some of you may have saw the first episode of the Southampton career mode that I did on this channel. I actually signed Danny Welbeck, and at the time I said, I'm signing Danny Welbeck because there's something about him that I just really like. I don't know what it is, but that's why I'm signing him. And then 3 days later he signs for Arsenal. So Danny Welbeck is a weird one, because I don't know if he's actually going to be amazing or if he's going to be a huge flop, but there's something about him I really like, so it's going to be very interesting to see how he does. I am very curious as to what EA give him as his rating. Obviously, he's gone through the silvers up to the golds. He's slowly built his way up through football. Now, I don't know if EA will give him a boost or a downgrade. He had a fantastic start to the season. He got his best goal tally, and actually goals per minute last year is the 4th highest in the Prem. So, going to be very interesting. I can't see him being upgraded above an 80, but it's going to be very exciting to see what rating they give him. And that, guys, is the end of this episode. I hope you did enjoy it. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to this channel if it is your first time around here. That's all I got to say. Have a nice day, guys, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.